All right, welcome. This is Dawn Raby, and I just wanted to share with you some of the great things that are right now available through our automation series, Automation A through Z, A to Z. And I also want to share with you how to get that analyst library. So let's do it. So the first thing you're going to go to is ianalyst.org/training/DDAX /training. Okay. All right. So ianalyst.org/training/DDAX/training. Once you are there, there's a ton of training here that's super helpful. There's the DDAX 2.0, there's Automation A to Z, there's the multi-part analytical training. All of this is free to you. Today, we're going to focus on the Automation A to Z analytical training series, which is also going to give you your analyst library. So we're going to go ahead and just by way of background, this is funded through iAnalyst and NHTSA, or funded through NHTSA in collaboration with iAnalyst. And it's a 3-part training series, a 3-session training series that also links in this analyst library. All right, let's get to it. So you click on this webinar registration library information, and you'll see this new tab right up here, iAnalyst training. And then at the end of it, it'll say automation, right? DDAX-automation. So this is the Automation A to Z series, and it tells you a little bit about what is the analyst library. All right. So if we go up to the top here, let's start off with Automation A to Z series. This is in conjunction with NHTSA. It's no cost. It's a 3-part training series that focuses on how to automate your strategies for law enforcement analysts. There's 3 live sessions, and then there's this whole library for you that you have to tap into. So the library can be found here. What is the analyst library? It's a compilation of all of these self-paced training videos, tools, templates, articles, all kinds of stuff that you need. This is a wonderful opportunity for you to set up your professional development roadmap, right? It's going to give you the basic computer skills in Excel and Access, and even a tactical series in there that teaches you how to think critically. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. The way to find that is to click on Library of Automation Resources. And we're going to do that in 1 second. Before we go there, I want to show you a little bit about the 3 parts that accompany that library. So the library is a massive amount. It's many, not massive, maybe 20 or 30 trainings, right? But this 3-part A to Z automation series takes a couple of each of those and builds it into a training topic, okay? So on July 28th, 2021, we have a live session 1 called Automated Statistical Reporting in Excel. And if you want to know a little bit about what's included, you click on this 1-minute video. It'll bring you to a YouTube that tells you everything in 1 minute that's going on in this automated statistical reporting in Excel. So basically, we're teaching you how to automate in Excel. So if you click on session 1 details, it'll bring you down a little bit below here to the details of the workshop itself. And then if you click here, it'll bring you to the registration link. So you click on that and you can register. So let's go to the session details. It'll tell you session 1, here are the details. This is going to cover linking data into Excel, linking sheets in Excel, linking Excel to other platforms such as PowerPoint, Word, and so forth, performing threshold and doing some critical thinking. That's the training topic. And then on July 28th, that's what we talk about. We don't teach it from scratch, though. We give you some, ways to use the analyst library to actually figure out how to do some of these things. So there's some pre-work, right, that you can do in order to prepare. So lesson 1 is that you can do to prepare would be, basic how to create charts, pivot tables, and other displays. And it tells you, if you click on this, that it is 52 minutes long. So you can, if you don't know how to create a chart or pivot table or other display, you can click right here and learn how to do that. Lesson 2, as prep for this, is Z-score and statistical significance made easy. So this teaches you about threshold analysis and statistical significance and how to create that in your agency. And so that you click here, it's a 1-hour, series, a 1-hour lesson. Lesson number 3 is found in our intermediate Microsoft Access. If you want to learn how to create the threshold first in Microsoft Access, right? If you want to learn some critical thinking, and if you want to, learn about slicers, right? That's going to give you the opportunity to do that. Actually, this is incorrect. It should say Excel, intermediate Microsoft Excel. So this is going to teach you, how to do slicers and intermediate thinking relative to threshold in Excel. So it'll give you a new a template, right? Your threshold sheet. It's going to give you the video on critical thinking and slicers, and it's going to give you a PDF of that particular 57-minute video. Okay. So we'll go back and fix this to say Excel before we post officially. And then lesson 4 is the tactical piece, how to identify patterns in crash-prone locations. And so there's a couple of articles. If you don't know how to identify a pattern, you go there. If you want some definition around patterns, you go here. If you want a spreadsheet, a template to identify patterns, you go here. If you've never done this before and you really just want to know what it is, how to do this, there's a 60-minute video there relative to identifying patterns and crash-prone location strategies. So you can go ahead and do that. And this is the corresponding PDF that tells you what's in that video there. Okay. So that would be the pre-work that you would do before July 28th. Okay. That you would do. And then the same goes for the August 18th. If you click on the session details, it brings you down to session 2 details. And then the key lessons that you want to know before you walk into that session, that live session on August 18th. Okay. So that's how the series works. And of course, the final session 3 has the same thing. You have 2 lessons here. You have the video, the 60-minute video on reporting macros, and then you have that handout that accompanies that video, as well as a 6-minute specifically related to Excel macros video. All right, so that's for the September 8th live session. So what these really are doing is they're really pointing to the source of where the library is going to send you as well. All right, so we just kind of clumped some resources together in the library. So let's scroll back up and go to that library now. So when you click on, you could see the automation flyer by clicking on here, but we're going to click on Library of Automation Resources. And when you do that, you're going to get this download. You're going to get this download for the library. So I'm going to click on the download, and it's going to bring up this Excel sheet. All right, I'm going to make sure that it is the Excel sheet for you. Okay, there we go. That should be the Excel sheet. What's great about this library, I'm just going to scroll it all the way to the top. And what's great about this library is it's based on skill. So you could literally go through the skills and say, all right, I want to learn how to describe, DDAX, or I want to learn about, I saw one about ODBC, right? Where was that? Somewhere up there. There it is. So maybe you want to learn about ODBC. Maybe you want to learn about table structures, or maybe you already know about table structures and you just want to create your master tables. So as an analyst, you can go through this and kind of highlight the things that you want to do and then scroll on over to where that can be found. So if you want to know how to create a master database, you can go ahead and click right here on part 5, and it's going to bring you to the exact location to get you that skill developed. And the same, if you keep on scrolling down, there's that up there was the basic access, and here's some intermediate access skills. If you want to learn, how to develop some master queries, right here, you might scroll on over, to this training called Data Analysis Using Microsoft Access, video 3 with your handout. So here's video 3, and then here's the handout. So you would just click on those. So it tells you what is in the video. This video demonstrates how to create master queries to answer complex questions. And then it tells you the skills that you're going to learn right over here. That's highlighted, that I just highlighted in yellow. And then anything you need to know, right? It'll say, well, this kind of builds off of the basic series parts 7 and 8. So if this feels out of league for you, you can go back to parts 7 and 8 and get some detail there. So, then there's some Excel skills in here, the same thing. Do you want to learn how to create pivot tables and charts and so forth? Some intermediate Excel skills. And this library will also go into tactical. Do you want to know how to, I'm just going to highlight it for you. Do you want to know how to define a crime pattern and crash prone location? Do you want to know how to do pattern identification and finalization? So you would go, to these videos here, and you'd simply click on the video, and go to the source of the actual training. So there's a couple of sources. A lot of these are in Dropbox. Some of these are in First Forward. They're in a couple different places. If you don't already have a free First Forward account, you'll be prompted to develop one. That's where a lot of the training is stored. Some of them will be in Dropbox, where you can actually download the video and tools and trainings right into your desktop, so you can have them now and in the future. So there's articles in here that are going to be helpful, spreadsheets, a bulletin template, all kinds of stuff for you, different handout. If you want to identify the characteristics of crash prone locations, including some of these variables, and you don't know how to do that, you would go to this training here, right? The tactical analysis, and here's how to get there. You would simply click right there. All right. And it tells you that it builds off data analysis using Part 2 Intermediate. So I'm going to go ahead and share back. I'm going to give you the, I'm going to go ahead back to that Analyst library, which is right here, right? Your Automation A to Z series. So just as a reminder, we're here on the DDAX training, and we've clicked on Automation A to Z. And it brings us here to the Automation A to Z series, which will give you your library. And then it also gives you all of the details relative to the webinars right here, the automation series webinars right here. So there's lots of opportunity for you to attend these sessions, right? Or take the library and do what you want to do with it. The benefit to attending the live sessions is that you can send me a message, Dawn Reby, a message privately that you want to be the analyst who shares, who gets the spotlight on these sessions. So what we'll be doing on these sessions is we will be highlighting analysts who either you've already done this, you've gone through the training and you've done this, and you want to share your great work with the rest of the world, right? Or number two, maybe you don't have this already done, but you want the opportunity to have that one-on-one assistance with me during that live session, so we can figure it out for you live. We could probably do a little bit of work ahead of time with you as well, and then present it live. So this is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful opportunity. Not everybody's going to get this opportunity. So if you are interested in being one of those few analysts who are highlighted July 28th, August 18th, or September 8th, definitely get in touch with me very, very quickly. It's Dawn Reby at Comcast.net. So DAWNREE, B as in boy, Y at Comcast.net. So I hope that you take full advantage of this training tool, this Automation A to Z, as well as the Analyst Library. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the training session.